Good morning, my dear students. So, in today's class, we have revised one of the previous portions from biology, that is reproduction. Okay. What is meant by reproduction? The production of new individual from their parents are called as reproduction. And what is the significance of reproduction in our life? Yes, reproduction is very much important in our life because it is the key process for the continuation of generation. As we know that the generation one after the other is produced continuously, then only we maintain our lives. So that the process of reproduction is very much necessary for maintaining the life on the earth. Okay, so in reproduction itself, there are two kinds. What are they? Yes, sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. So in sexual reproduction, the formation of two gametes occur. The formation of gametes occur only in sexual reproduction, and there is no gamete formation in the case of asexual reproduction. That is the major difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. And in asexual reproduction, the new ones or the new individual is formed from a single parent. A single parent is involved in asexual reproduction, and that's why the young one that is produced will be identical to the parent, and there is no seed formation in the case of asexual reproduction. Okay. And coming to sexual reproduction, there occurs the formation of gametes. Gametes means male and female gametes are formed during sexual reproduction, and in sexual reproduction their fusion also will occur. The fusion of male and female gametes that leads to the formation of a new one which is called as sexual reproduction, and there occurs the formation of fruits and seeds like that. So that is the difference between asexual and sexual reproduction. And this asexual reproduction itself, there are of different kinds based on the organism. Asexual reproduction by fragmentation, then by spore formation, then vegetative propagation. All these are modes of asexual reproduction, and among this also there are of lots of type, and there are lots of other modes of asexual reproduction are there. So coming to fragmentation, the parent body or the plant body is divided into parts, or it is divided into two parts, and that newly formed part will matures and develops to a new plant in fragmentation, and this fragmentation occurs in some algae. And about spore formation, the spores are produced and it is protected inside an envelope, and when the suitable conditions occur, that spore will develop to a new plant. It occurs in ferns and mosses. And then coming to vegetative propagation, propagation is mainly done by with the help of vegetative propagules of plant. There may be stems, roots, leaves, all these are act as vegetative propagules. So vegetative propagation occurs by stem. For example, in the case of potato, the underground stem are modified to a new plant. In the case of ginger, the rhizome is called as a vegetative propagule. In the case of onion, bulbils are called as the vegetative propagule, and that will give rise to a new plant. So all these are vegetative propagation with the help of stem. And vegetative propagation by roots are occur in sweet potato. The roots are modified to a new plant in the case of sweet potato, and in dahlia, etc. In the case of leaves, the vegetative propagule like leaves are developed to a new plant in the case of bryophyllum and begonia. Okay, so all these are modes of vegetative propagation in plant, and that is a mode of asexual reproduction. There is no gamete formation occurs. And coming to sexual reproduction of plants, in plants, flowers are the sex organs in plants. Okay, so within the flower itself, there are male and female sex organ. The male sex organ is called as stamen. And the female sex organ, we call it as pistil. Stamen contains an anther and a filament. Okay, there are two parts for a stamen, anther and a filament. And in the case of pistil, there are three parts: style, stigma and ovary. Style, stigma and ovary is present in a pistil, and that is the female reproductive organ of a flower. And inside the stamen, or the stamen contain filament and anther, and inside the anther of the stamen there are pollen grains present, and that pollen grains carries the male gamete. I repeat, the stamen contain anther and filament, and inside the anther there are pollen grain which carries the male gamete. Okay. And coming to pistil, pistil have style, stigma and ovary, right? And within the ovary there are ovules, and inside the ovule there is egg or female gamete. Female gamete, otherwise called as egg. Okay, so inside the ovule of the ovary, it contains female gamete. So that's about the sex organs and the male and female gamete of a flower. And then the next process of sexual reproduction is pollination. Pollination is the process of transfer of pollen grains from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the flower is called as pollination. And pollination are of different types: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination is the process of transfer of pollen grain from the anther of a flower to the stigma of the same flower or another flower on the same plant. That is called as self-pollination. And what is about cross-pollination? Yes, cross-pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther of flower from one plant to the stigma of the flower on the another plant. That is called as cross-pollination. So this is about pollination, and pollination occurs with the help of some agents, right? And that agents are classified into different categories: pollination by wind, pollination by water, pollination by insects, etc. And there are lots of other agents also. So pollination by wind is called as anemophily. 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 Then pollination by insects are called as entomophily. Then pollination by water are called as hydrophily. So these are the things that we have covered in today's live class. We have studied about reproduction, different types of reproduction, and within the asexual reproduction itself there are lots of other types. Then what is sexual reproduction, what are the parts involved in sexual reproduction of a plant, then how the pollination occurs and different types of pollination and the agents of pollination. Okay, I hope all of you understood this, and the rest we will take in our next class. Thank you.